Have you ever asked yourself why we love to travel? Why we humans want to travel? Why we need to travel? I identified a few reasons why. Number one, personal enrichment. That's mean through experiences, new cultures, landscapes and foods. Number two, relaxation and escape from daily routines. People go for a couple of days somewhere nearby where they live, or maybe little distance driving from the home just to escape daily routines. Number three, it's a self-discovery and growth by facing new challenges. Number four, I identify social connections. You travel with your friends and families because they ask you to go with them. Number four, it's for those influencers, adventure, thrill seekers who needs to visit particular locations, particular time to be there. And number five, it's that professional development or personal necessities like visiting family due to emergency or who knows what reason it is. But I want to share with you why I'm traveling to Byron Bay. For those who don't know, the Byron Bay, it's the most easterly point of Australia. But people love to travel to Byron Bay because it has a beautiful beaches, one of the most beautiful sunsets and amazing food and culture. And yes, it's all here in Byron Bay. But for me, travel has never been just about the postcard. Travel is a teacher. Last year, I visited Europe. I traveled on my own for 21 days. I learned so much about myself and about traveling itself. And as I say, when travel is a teacher, it asks us to slow down, to look deeper and listen. In my life, whether in war zones, in corporate investigations, or now in my podcast, I learned that what you see on the surface is never the full story. It's the same here in Byron. The ocean, the lighthouse, the people, each tells a story if you take time to notice. When we travel with a purpose, we return home not only rested, but transformed. Because every place, just like every person, has something to teach us. That's what I bring into my podcast. Curiosity, discovery, voices that deserves to be heard. And Byron Bay reminds me that the world is full of stories, waiting for us to pay attention. The question is, are we listening? As well, on this trip and every my trip, I'll try to discover and show you the hidden dangers and risks of traveling, industrial espionage, kidnapping and ransom, theft of intellectual property, and how we can avoid possible negative situations. So guys, let's go board the plane and let's go now to Byron Bay. Hello all of you risk takers and truth seekers, and welcome to Byron Bay. As I mentioned in my introduction, this vlog, it's all about discovery. What is the true meaning behind the work, life and balance? Yeah, is that such a thing exists at first place? Well, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this vlog. I was looking for the hook and the punch, how to keep you connected with me in this vlog. So instead of me giving you the great titles and the great quotes or whatever you wanted to hear it, to make you engage so much, how about I give you one reason only: health, mental health, physical health, your emotions, and after all, your well-being. How about this for the hook? I love boxing. Those who don't know, I'm still fighting, still competing in the boxing as an amateur, of course. I'm 53 years old, and I love boxing. But let me tell you something, the boxing is not about hooks and the punches, it's about the finesses. It's about how to not to be hit and how to engage your opponent. But today vlog, it's all about work-life balance. And I'm here in the Byron Bay with you. And I want to share with you why I'm here. Several years ago, I have an epiphany. I wake up in the morning, I said to myself, I need to go in the Byron Bay. I heard about Byron Bay during the COVID, that all the celebrities flock from the Hollywood, the fitness, the gurus, lifestyle and everything else. And it was correct. I traveled by car 10 hours. I want to challenge myself. It was a good thing, and I want to say thank you, Alona, for making great reels from that trip and always making great editing and content of these vlogs. But this visit to Byron Bay, apart, I'm a couple days short from my 53rd birthday, and I'm very grateful. So I'm over 50, so everybody who is looking how to survive trials and tribulations, how to overcome obstacles, this is for you. So today, discovery of work-life balance, and as well, important thing is health. Health is the most valuable commodity in life. So let me start with my traveling. On a Thursday, on the 4th of September, I embarked on my journey, flight 1050. But I started 4 a.m. in the morning. For what reason? Well, last 2 years, I'm waking up together with my son about 3 o'clock a.m., 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning. We're waking up to go in gym. Well, we gone in the one gym together. Now we have a separate gyms, but the habit is still there. And somebody who spent in military almost 14 years and I spent 5 years in combat, discipline is habit. And that's what it is. It's necessary to you complete your tasks. Now, I don't want to talk about discipline. Fact it is, 4 o'clock in the morning, I went to my gym. And of course, I push myself because my ego told me, you don't have your gym for 4 days. So I injured my shoulder a little bit. Well, that then stops me to go to travel. And as I say, guys, this vlog is about learning lessons. It's not about giving the scores and stars to hotel, the food, accommodations, you know what I mean, where you're gonna stay. I'll leave this up to you. You need to make a decision based on your own knowledge, perception, your senses and desires, and above all, your deep pocket, or you know, maybe no pockets. Maybe you don't want to stay in hotels. Now I'm staying in this place called Elemental, and as you can hear it, it's beautiful. It's a nature. It's like a rainforest here. All these cabins, luxury cabins in this forest. It's beautiful. I'm gonna make a special episode about hotel a little bit later. So on the 4th of September, I embarked on my trip. My shoulder was a little bit injured, so my son says to me, Dad, I think you can move your shoulder, and I think you should get some cream or some painkiller because you're traveling. Lesson number 1: never push yourself before you travel. Doesn't matter, domestically or internationally. You will have a less capacity, you're gonna be annoyed, you're gonna be in pain. But my ego told me, push harder, do more, because you have no gym. Now, I want you to pay attention about my next discovery. On airport, after passing security, which is amazing security in Kingsford Airport, I was again being separated from the line because they're acting on a stereotype, you know, big bald guy dressed in black. And of course, you, sir, come there, you know, every possible search done on me. I'm just laughing, it's an airport, what you gonna do? But, you know, after passing a security screening and I'm being declared I'm not dangerous for nobody, I can travel. So I grab the coffee, sit next to the window, and I start observing people. Guys, ask yourself a question. When you're traveling, what are you doing on airport? What are you doing? You rushing into shops because you don't have enough stuff? Or you grabbing first thing, it's your mobile phone, your iPads? Stop doing these things. I'm looking at people, nobody enjoys the moment, embracing the moment. So stop doing these things. In my video, which I'm gonna put description link down, 30,000 feet industrial espionage, how the people steal the secrets on airport from everybody and anybody. You should watch that video. Not because I was an ex-intelligence, human intelligence operative, but because I'm trying to save you problems from the problems and issues in your life. When you're in an airport, not everything seems innocent, protected, safe and secure. In contrary, there's a lot of people who are there for the reason. Some people go to see family, some people go to travel for the holiday, some people are there to take something from somebody maybe try to escape country. List goes on. But the fact is, when you're in an airport, stop using the public Wi-Fi. Stop charging your devices on unsecured USB ports. At least check, guys, because as I say, like, I've seen people have been hacked, the data's been stolen, the information's been stolen, just because they don't pay attention. But when you're in an airport, Embrace that moment. Stop doing that, looking at the screen. So I have my coffee. I was called to board the plane. Of course, plane from Sydney to Ballina, duration of the flight 1 hour. And you know, when you come in a small plane, everybody thinks it's entitled for their own space. I got myself Economy X. But Economy X doesn't mean that you're gonna get a armrest between the passengers. You can just put your arm and just enjoy. No, you can't, because the guy next to me and his girlfriend, they think they're entitled for the armrest, and they can do whatever they want. So I try to explain to them that I'm the passenger on a plane as well, that this is not a first class. We are all in economy or Economy X, and they need to share the space with me, not with themselves. And gentleman, he put a foot on a brake, hit this. That's a beautiful. So long story short, it is flight takes about 1 hour, and it was a smooth flight, amazing flight. You can see that the rugged beauty of Australia, it's amazing. Now, after arriving in Ballina, of course, what else? Me have the issues. Everybody pick up the suitcases, and the conveyor belt stopped, and I said, where is my one? My one was on a exit door with the suitcases coming out. So I need to walk all the way around because it's the last suitcase. How is that possible? I don't know. Anyway, pick up my car and come to Byron Bay, drive to Byron Bay. Those who decide to rent a vehicle, you should rent a vehicle from Ballina to Byron Bay Airport. So Ballina Airport to Byron Bay, you need a car in Byron Bay, except if you really decide to sit all day in a one spot in Byron Bay or just let it be walk, that's good. So I come in this majestic place, Elements of Byron. Truly amazing hotel. I'm gonna share more about this hotel, but I already felt good arriving in this place. Customer service was impeccable. People around me, they were amazing. No rush, seamless check-in, 2 large pools, 1 family large pool, 1 adult pool, no kids. And look at this beauty, that lush and this environment. And I already felt that afternoon, or first afternoon, I am at home, that my soul is at home. Now, that being said, I went to the beach same afternoon with my barefoot, walking there, and the feeling under my feet, that wet sand. I felt alive. So you need to decide, guys, how you're gonna look after yourself. So that was my first day. I decided straight away, even as a short flight, short drive, coming hotel, to go to the beach immediately. So after walking the beach, of course, I felt something different. I felt at peace. I knew the following day I'm gonna go in a Crystal Castle and Shambhala Gardens, which is above the Byron Bay. There's a special episode about this coming. But this place, it's I'm just going to show you the magazine here, right? It's that's how they look, those crystals over there. It's amethyst. It's beautiful. It's a place where I got new energy, I will say. I felt I'm at home. I felt energized, and yeah. So anyway, that was the first afternoon. So guys, in this vlog, I want to share with you what my discoveries are about life and work balance. But above all, those who know me around my podcast life, the battlefield, and podcasting is same, just like a travel. It's all about discovery. And when I'm traveling, I try to see beyond the surface. We all love to hear good stories, bad stories, negative stories. When you wake up in the morning, you hear the news. Everything is a gloomy, dark, black. A lot of negative news actually, and which influencing the rest of our day. And I remember, I always make the fun of these things, that when that day it starts with how you feel. And I remember my father passed on me that negative experience. From the moment he wakes up in the morning, he will curse everybody, swear on everybody, hate everybody. And I was doing this good portion of my life. So I decided to change this because of, for those who don't know, my son was diagnosed with epilepsy at age 9, and for 10 years he was epileptic, and then had a big brain surgery, and he come out after 2 years healthy And I'm very grateful for this. So I start changing my attitude, start changing attitude towards everything. We're living in such a fast environment where the words, traveling like a thunder, like a flash, it's just the speed of sound. We are getting information from across the world. Doesn't matter how good they are, we're always overwhelmed with the negative news. So you need to choose what you're gonna do in your life. I choose here being in Byron Bay, in this place, for one simple reason. I wanna find a balance for myself, and travel isn't just escaping. Travel is investing in yourself, in your values, what your values are, what do you want, and who you are. That's what it is, traveling. That's I try to be. When you investigating yourself, you're investigating yourself. That's what I'm doing all my life. I was spent most of my life in career and human intelligence interrogations, investigations, particularly government sector, military, and diplomacy. But you need to investigate yourself. What do you want? What do you want to achieve? And what's your values and who you are? That's why I'm coming here. And I know it's a funny. On a Friday morning, I wake up 5 o'clock and I went to walk on a beach. And as I said before, Byron Bay was very well known for the years after the COVID that many celebrities across the globe come here because it's a Zen place, I'll call this, fitness, healings, and list goes on. And it truly is, it's the most easterly point of Australia. Sunrise is beautiful. So I went 5 o'clock in the morning or Friday morning for the walk on a beach. And guess what I seen on a beach? I seen the people from all walks of the life, different age groups. There's no judgment, there is no prejudice, there's nobody look this, look that, There's a lot of foreigners here, particularly from South America, and everybody is walking, jogging, or they're doing surfing. So I try to connect myself with me on that beach, talking to myself. I know it sounds funny, but I remember many days in a war when I was on my own on guard duty and middle of the dark or the combat. Sometimes I will talk to myself, and I forgot to do this. I forgot to listen myself. You should listen to yourself. That's I said, this vlog, it's about, do you learn how to investigate yourself? What do you want? Who you are? Where you want to go? What do you want to achieve after all? You don't need to chase somebody else's dreams, somebody else's goals. Be you. Doesn't matter what we do. We are all on our own journey. People are today rich, tomorrow poor. Yesterday you were poor, tomorrow you are rich. People are being healthy, they're unhealthy. That's all it is. The contrast reminds me, doesn't matter how complex world become. And here in Byron Bay, it's not like I was traveling across the globe, let's just say Thailand or Emirates or Europe. It's quiet, you can hear yourself. That's what it is. So on Friday morning after my walk on a beach, I went in a crystal castle. And let me tell you guys, I was overwhelmed. I'm going to create a special episode for this one. I just want to share something with you. If somebody was I was biggest non-believer in crystals, in healing, in energies, and I was a big skeptic about those things. And you know what I discovered? That after all, when I was going to journey with my son, through his healings and everything else, that Mother Earth provides everything. We just need to find a good spot and good crystal or good minerals or good vitamins, good spot under the sun, under this beautiful blue sky. And when I went in a crystal castle, I'm not going there just to do nothing. I just want to talk to the people. That's what I try to connect myself with the people in Byron Bay, because the entire world is here. So when you talk to these people from Byron Bay, or the tourists, or people who work here from overseas, or people in Crystal Garden, Crystal Castle, these people are over there happy to help you to find your inner peace. If you believe that everything is just chasing money, glory, and the status, it is not. I can't describe to you how upset I am seeing young people just spending so much time on the mobile phones, people spending so much time on electrical devices, digital devices, digital screens, whatever you want to call, doing something like everybody else is doing. Here, I don't feel that way. I remember From Thursday and Friday night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, rain started. And as you can see, this is a beautiful homes being made at individual homes in this hotel. That's how it is. The rain started 2 o'clock in the morning, and guess what? I heard the rain 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember in Sydney when it was the last time I heard the rain. I see the rain, I can feel it. I didn't pay attention because I was sleeping, waking up, chase the goals, chase the dreams, chase the objectives. But we need to stop sometimes. Stop, guys. I tell you this from experience. I lost many of my friends from the military, in the war, after the war. Even now, people are becoming unhappy. We become unhappy because we are choose to be unhappy. But if you choose, make a choice one day in your life, not to be unhappy, to walk barefoot on the beach, to go into gym. You know, I was hearing this expression, you know what I mean? The health is the most valuable commodity in life, and it is, guys. It is. So when I went on Friday in the Crystal Castle, I spent hours there walking and talking to the people who work there, you know, about crystals and the energies and everything else. And everybody around me was looking for some type of the miracle and healings. And you can see people, you know, they're looking for something more than just money. They're looking for the inner peace and the health. And of course, when I finished with my Crystal Castle Gardens, I went for the food. And let me tell you, there's a restaurant, I want to share this with you, one, called the Big Bang. I'll give them 10 of 10. The service, the food, it was just, it's a fusion of Asian food. Customer service, I don't remember I have a customer service like this in my life. Something it is about people here, you know, you can feel it in customer service. They are differently wired, they differently feel, they're differently enjoying the life, they see the life differently. It's not just about monetary value, it's not about just the money. And that's what it is. When you travel, you need to travel with a purpose. When was the last time you traveled with a purpose? That's the question. As I said this at the beginning of this vlog, it's about learning, educating through my own experience. Instead of judging and giving the stars to hotels and the meals, saying where to stay, why not to stay, what to enjoy, what not to enjoy, things are changing around us. The only constant in our life, it's us. And that's how you need to start living your life. You can take advice from some people on the internet, including myself. You can Google things, you can read about things, you can do research. But everything's changing. Every day it's changing something around us. This hotel tomorrow may not exist. I don't know. Tomorrow may not be sun here, no ocean. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but that's the thing it is. What I learned when I was working in human intelligence, you know, the only I can count on, it's me. I'm the constant. So I need to absorb the knowledge, I need to learn things, I need to know how to analyze, how to assess. So do you. So turn your trip into something different, not into race for the likes and, you know, how many followers you want to get. I'm seeing every day in a podcasting world, some people who I admire so much, you know, they turn to be biggest liars, biggest fraudsters, scammers. Some of them, they disappear from the internet. And you're wondering who to listen. So guys, I said this at the beginning, I don't give you the hook in this vlog. It's my self-reflection. But I want you to learn from me, take what you want, and you can go further. My days in the war are behind me. War is the hell. I learned a lot about being self-resilient, self-brave, courageous, being afraid, you know, crying in darkness, asking for the hug. But the travels are totally different. They are our best teachers. Particularly if you go alone, you learn a lot about yourselves. Become self-investigative. Ask yourself questions. What is your value? What do you want? Where do you want to go? When you're traveling, you need to learn to work with what you have, not what you want to have. I can have this cabin, I have a shower, I know where to go for dinner, how much money I have. But at home, I don't need to worry about many things. I'm taking for granted, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? I don't talk about my days when I was born in communism and poverty. It was a life experience. I learned a lot. And even today, I try to apply. But traveling, it is our best teacher. And I say like you need to combine this investigative, questioning yourself. What do you want? How do you want? Where do you want to go? Since I'm here in Byron Bay, I try to enjoy every possible moment on my own. But what I realized was a few things. Number one, I could hear the rain. I know it sounds funny, but when I'm back in Sydney, my home, during the night, I don't hear the rain. I'm just hearing something, I'm falling asleep and waking up 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock, going to gym, go to work, come home, I'm repeating. Here, I'm in my bed 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I know I'm supposed to say, no, I'm in the bed midnight. I'm 9 o'clock in the bed and I don't watch the news. No negativity, no that, toxic environment in my brain, creating that toxicity of news. Why I need to poison my mind with the things I can't control? The only thing you can control is yourself, your actions. You can't even control your breathing, but you can control your actions. So why don't you accept when you're traveling to learn about yourself? Another thing is, I say like, when you're traveling, guys, look the environment, observe the environment. Not everything is innocent around us. Not it is not. Now, when you talk about this vlog, I talk about mental health, life and work and balance, and your well-being, all these things combined. Go on a beach. Go with your barefoot, just walk around. As I said, like there's so many scientific papers, researchers done, white papers, about why it's beneficial to walk on a beach, you're barefoot, less reduces stress, less mental impact on your mental health, and the list goes on. You feel better. Somehow they're allegedly discharging like avatar, I don't know, but I felt good. Choose the environment when you don't feel judged. Recently I was in Thailand for the trip, and I felt awesome in that part of the world because I was not judged, and I was training the boxing amongst one of the best fighters in the world. So guys, for me, the Byron Bay, it is the place to be. And as I said, like most of the people don't want to admit how they feel, what they want. But I heard this recently in the gym. I'd rather be the oldest guy in the gym than the youngest guy in hospital. So guys, question is, what do you want to learn from your travels? Just want to spend money? I'm seeing people around me on a dinner last night in Surface Paradise. There's a two couples who ordered this amazing drink, and what they do is basically they order these beautiful drinks, but they didn't order the drinks to enjoy the drinks. They order drinks so they can click and post so people can admire these things. Congratulations, that's your choice, not mine. I want to enjoy this Thai food because it's a moment. I don't know what next moment brings, and tomorrow it's promised to nobody. Avoid yourself hammering yourself with reading your mobile phones or reading from your laptops or your iPads. I'm seeing people around me, they're constantly surrounded with this. Don't. Find your spot. Ask yourself what you can do, where you can travel. Doesn't need to be flashy place, but what you can do for your mental well-being. And after all, I missed one day from the work and the world didn't stop. But what I did, I recharged myself. I feel good, I feel better. I eat fresh food, fresh produce. I talk to the locals. I've learned how they live here. So when you go on your trips, guys, enjoy. Byron Bay, I'm in love with this place. I am. For you, you need to find your own one. You need to find your own work and life balance. You need to find your own spot, how to be mentally happier or better. After all, don't be shy to ask questions. I'm hoping that this vlog helped you, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed that walks with me on a Byron Beach. I'm hoping that you enjoyed seeing the market and people around us. After all, life is to be lived. Tomorrow is promised to no one. So guys, till next time from Byron Bay, I wish you all the best. Thank you.